Hello, this is the Little Block Guy, and I'd like to welcome you to my first YouTube video. In this video, I'm going to be showing you a new Blaze XP farm. This is a slime block based design. It uses slime blocks and pistons to move blazes that spawn into a small collecting area. The pistons go in a cyclical pattern, and any blazes that appear will get pushed, and they will eventually spiral into the collecting area. Now this is done very quickly. When the blaze appears, this blaze will appear out of this area typically in under 3 seconds, allowing room for other blazes to appear. Now there's outside of on top of the blaze spawner itself, there's nowhere for the blazes to get stuck. And blazes that do appear on top of the blaze spawner will eventually fall off and get pushed into the collection area. They won't prevent the spawning because there's never more than one of them on there, so they won't affect the 6 blaze limit that's required for the blaze to spawn. The design is fairly small, which is its main advantage. The actual platform that the killing area is on is the size of this entire area that I have here, and as long as I'm standing on this platform, the blazes will continue to spawn. This platform is quite large, so I can put a library, an anvil, I can put some, maybe possibly a farm of some sort in here, and I can basically kill time while I'm waiting for the blazes to collect. As far as resources go, this does require quite a few slime blocks. It requires 20 slime blocks, which is 200 slime balls. That's a little bit, so if you do want to build this a slime farm, would be advisable if you're doing survival or hardcore. It's also very efficient. Pretty much every time you'll get the maximum number of blazes spawning, because it does clear the blazes out of the area very quickly. So in this tutorial, I'm going to go over some basics on how it's built. I'm not going to actually go over step-by-step of building. The reason being is I made a video where I built it step-by-step in hardcore, and there's over an hour worth of footage there, so I'm going to have to edit that and shorten it, but it will be available. However, this will be just a shorter version, and I will show some screenshots on the schematics on the various levels that this is built with. Okay, so let's get started. Let's go over how this works. So the main level, of course, you have your 4 sets of pistons. The pistons have 2 sticky pistons, 5 slime blocks, and 5 non-sticky pistons. Now, with a piston, you can push up to 12 blocks total. So there's 10 up here, and then there's the extra one, which gives you 11. So you have just enough power to push all 11 of these at once. Now you have to, when you're pushing these pistons, you have to push them in a very specific pattern. You can't just turn them on. A piston cannot pull another piston that's already opened, and a piston will only pull another piston that's directly attached to it. The slime blocks, of course, making that an exception. However, there is a timing diagram, and I will post that, and I'll see if I can get it overlaid, but I'm having trouble with getting overlays going, so I might just do a quick screen, just do a quick screen thing to show that. And now you have to send the signal into 4 different locations. You have to do 1, 2, 3, and then you have to extend the pistons when they're out. Now you can't have redstone inside of this chamber. The reason being is that it would get in the way of the pistons, and it might actually cause some light, which may affect the spawning rate. So what I did was I have some torches, and I send the signal upwards through the floor through this unpolished andesite. So let's start looking at the circuitry then. So the circuitry starts over here. This is our start button or reset button. If you leave this area for too long, the redstone signal will disappear and you will have to restart it. So to restart it, you just press this button. Now normally you would have that button down on the killing level platform and raise the signal via some redstone torches or redstone ladder. Either way, this is a creative game, so I can fly and press the button, so I don't need to do that. In a survival or hardcore game, you obviously would. Now you have a signal coming in here to the piston and to the repeater. This is called a limiter. You can look this up on the Minecraft wiki. The repeater circuit then goes into an extender. Now it's important that this is a 2-tick signal because the extender uses 2-tick repeaters in it, so those have to match. So now you have a 2-tick pulse going into the repeater, sorry, to the extender. The extender extends it by an extra 4 ticks, so you end up with a 6-tick signal coming out, and then we use this here repeater as a diode so the signal can't leak back and create some unexpected artifacts. So we have a 6-tick signal going into this here quadrant. We'll say that this is at a 0 delay at this point, so 6-tick signal, 0 delay. The signal will go down to the next level through this mechanism here, but I'm not going to talk about the second level quite yet. I'm going to do this level first. So we still have a 6-tick signal, 0 delay that comes into here. We have 2 repeaters here that gives an extra 6-tick delay. So we have 6-tick signal, 6-tick delay going into this square, which makes a second piston fire and retract at the right times. That signal also goes into here, this is just a very short extender. You have 6-tick signal coming into here and with 0 delay, and another 6-tick signal with 2 delay, so those overlap and you get a 10-tick signal with the 0 delay. We have a 4-tick repeater here, so that gives you 10 ticks with 4 delay and an 8-tick worth of repeaters over here, which gives you 10 ticks and 8 delay. So these ones fire at the right time. So we'll go on to the lower level. So remember we had a 6-tick signal, 0 delay coming in here. So we have a torch which gives us a 1-tick delay and which inverts the signal as well. So we have an inverted signal coming in over here to all of these repeaters. Each of these repeaters will give 1-tick delay, and they will power the block beside them, and that in turn will cause these redstone torches to fire. 6-tick signal with a 3-tick delay. Now on my diagram I actually don't have a 3-tick delay. Everything's in multiples of 2. However, the extra tick doesn't affect things. It still works fine. The torches send their 6-tick signal up into this unpolished andesite rock up above, and that will in turn power these pistons as they come out to extend. So when the pistons are in the right spot, the signal comes up through the floor and causes them to extend. So the other thing that happens on the lower level is that the signal comes back up right through this block right here and comes back up. Now remember, this was an inverted signal, so we need to use another redstone torch to re-invert the signal to become just a 6-tick signal. And then we have a couple of repeaters here. I have these set at a 6-tick delay. You can modify that to make the pistons fire a little faster, a little slower. I believe 5 is the minimum number of ticks that you have to have there, but you can make it slower if you'd like. And then the signal comes in to the next quadrant. So now you have a 6-tick signal coming to the next quadrant, and then this quadrant fires, and you have a 6-tick signal coming up here that goes into the next quadrant, and then you come into the next quadrant, and so on and so forth, and it keeps going. Okay, now let's take a look at the next level. This is the next funnel where we're going to funnel the blazes into a 1-by-1 area. These pistons will will push them again in the 1x1 area, and they come almost for free. Basically, these redstone torches will power the block below them, which will then cause the pistons to extend and disextend, and because these are already timed, you don't need any more circuitry to create the timing, and it comes for free. It has come to my attention that I can, in fact, move these pistons up by one and then just move these blocks to the side. That would, in fact, raise the platform by even one more layer. I have not done that as of yet, but if you wish to do that, then please feel free and try it. One thing I should point out, these pistons, across from these pistons, you have to have glass here. The reason is because the system can glitch, and if those are solid blocks, the blazes that are collecting here can actually get pushed into the solid blocks and take damage. You can put glass here to prevent that. Now, because it's a glass, you want to avoid putting lights in here, torches or stuff, because the light will travel through the glass and up into the spawning chamber, and that could affect your spawning rate and make the blaze spawner less effective. You can, of course, put some solid blocks in front of the glass to prevent that. Again, this is just a demonstration model of proof of concept, so I've not done that to try and keep everything as visible as possible. Once down there, they will fall down into a 1x1 funnel. I've done it in glass, so again, things are visible. So let's turn myself back into normal mode, back to game. And the blazes, yeah, they spawn almost immediately. And they're pushed nice and quick into the area. This is a standard crusher. I have a glass ceiling here. I made the glass ceiling a different color so it's visible, but that prevents new blazes from falling down after you've softened these ones. And then you have your softener button, which will do the exact right amount of damage. And then you can use a feather to finish them off. And die! Apparently I'm not close enough. And you can get some experience that way. Another nice thing is, as you're softening them, this here platform where they collect up here is far enough away from the spawner that the spawner will continue to spawn more blazes, so you can take your time in softening them and killing them. I've also added a little counter here that tells you how many blazes you have at any one time. Each of these represents 10 blazes. I don't have 10 blazes right now. That's pretty standard. I have a heavy pressure plate under here, and then under there I have a little redstone circuit. This is a half cloud so that the signal can go down, and then you just have some redstone repeaters over here that take the signal far away from the actual killing area. It's important that you go away from the killing area. The reason being that if the lights are too close, then you are close enough to the spawner that the light will travel up and affect the spawning rate. So you do have to take the signal away, which costs you a lot of redstone repeaters. But at this point in the game, you probably do have enough redstone repeaters to show that off. And that's about it. That's the Blaze Farm. I hope you liked it, and yeah, again, there is the video that I will post of me building it step by step in hardcore if you do wish to watch that, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching.